out the Gimp. I think the Gimp's sleeping. Well, I guess you just have to go wake him up now, won't you?
The so-called crime doesn't deserve the punishment. What did I thought?
That's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love, us. And you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts. And you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good. And I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Did you get that? I don't know where he's going with this. This is ridiculous. And I don't know if I'm watching someone in a mental health crisis or if I'm watching someone show who they really are. And we know that he said he stopped taking his medication, and it seems like he's trying to be extra shocking. Now, the point I think he's trying to make is that, hey, everyone has some good qualities to it. But I think there's a point to that, right? Like, yeah, everyone has some good qualities to it. But at a point, you got to say, well, but those good qualities are irrelevant. The person, Hitler and the Nazis, killed 6 million people based on their ethnicity. So no matter the little good things that building the Autobahn, for instance, that's, okay, it's a good thing. But it's not like you're saying, well, even though they created the highway system in Germany, that we can forgive the 6 million Jews they slaughtered. No, Kanye. But it makes absolutely no sense that he's trying to even make these arguments, that he's trying to say something like Nazis are okay and Hitler's okay. It's him trying to combat cancel culture by saying, I'm not canceling anything. And it's like, even Alex Jones has to kind of push back and was like, hold on. We don't like Nazis. I disagree with you. Watch Alex Jones, because again, Alex Jones is wary of people saying that he's a Nazi. So watch this clip where Alex Jones has to push back and say like, I don't agree with that. The Nazis aren't evil or good. Check this out.
I'm like Italian, manja. So
I gotta watch my accounts because they've been frozen by the Jewish banks. So I need to watch my meals.
Well, CNN says white people are evil Nazis. So I mean, I disagree with both statements, but I get the frozen.
I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think we need to look at.
Oh my goodness! Just because you don't like one group doesn't mean the other. But look,
I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis.
Oh man! Well, I have to disagree with that. But listen, we're going to go to break. I'm the crazy one here. We're all crazy. The whole world's crazy, and the whole power structure's coming down. This is absolutely lit. This is lit.
At this point, when you got Alex Jones saying, "Yo, I don't agree with that. You're gone too freaking far." This interview. Looking at it, I didn't see Kanye West. I didn't even see Ye. I saw someone who's in crisis. I saw someone who has a mental health issue. I saw someone who's destroying the life that they've built for themselves, who's embarrassing their children and their ex-wife. No one wants to be associated with someone like this. And you got 24-year-old Nick Fuentes here shaking his head. Everything Kanye says is so right because he's on the ride too, right? Kanye, he's going to get more eyes on him because of Kanye than he'll ever have gotten by himself. And I think it's interesting to see how the free speech absolutists deal with Kanye. Let's take Elon Musk for example. Elon Musk is, free speech, people should be able to, don't censor people. So Kanye went on Twitter and posted a swastika. And guess what? He was banned, right? Elon said, hey, you went too far, right? This is too much. He banned him. So even from the free speech absolutist position, it's like, we gotta kind of pull back. And then even Alex Jones pushing back during this interview. It's sad to see someone go from the top of their profession to the gutter like this and to destroy so many years of work and so many relationships. It's troubling. It's so troubling. You know, at first when I heard this, I was laughing. I laughed at this interview. I was like, this is so hilarious. This is ridiculous. But now, after I've had like maybe 24 hours to think about it, this is not funny. It's not funny at all. It's essentially watching someone destroy their own life. I don't think he's doing this on purpose. I think he's doing this because he's sick. I think his disease has finally trapped him, where the people who used to go to for comfort to bring him out, his wife Kim, right? When they were married, he used to always have to bring him back off the edge. And his friends, Diddy, and his friends, what's his name? He says Nick Cannon, and all these other people used to come and say, hey, Kanye, hey, maybe speak to this guy, maybe speak to this therapist. And he's said, no, I'm not doing all that. He went on Tim Pool and said, I'm not even taking my medication anymore, right? Because some evil Jewish doctor gave it to me. Like, I think he's that trapped in his disease that eventually when he settles down and he looks at this interview, I think he's going to be embarrassed about it if he ever gets back to that point. But I do want to ask you guys, because I think this is the key point for this whole thing with Kanye. And this is the question I want to ask to you. Do you think this is his mental illness that are causing him to say things that, and because of that, he should get a pass for this? Or do you think this is just Kanye West? This is who he really was. This is who he always was. And now he feels free to say it. Now, for those who are saying that mental health or, being mentally ill is not an excuse for this type of conduct, you don't know what you're talking about, right? If someone is mentally ill and kills someone, we'll find them not guilty by reason of insanity, right? It's called the insanity defense. You're crazy. We don't hold people accountable who are mentally ill for things they do because we know that they aren't accountable, right? They don't have the requisite mental state, right? They've done the act, but they don't know what they're doing is wrong. And I think that's where Kanye is. Again, we're talking about murderers, right? Murderers would get off. So this speech, I think, is his disability manifesting itself. And I'm seeing it through that lens. So I don't think, and I'm going to say this, and I know people are going to be offended, canceling Kanye may be a civil remedy for the people he's harmed and the things that he's been saying. But I also think he needs professional care. And this is showing that he really needs professional care, and he really needs to get that care, hopefully sooner than later. And hopefully he can restore his career, because if people accept mental health issues happen and people have breakdowns and they're not responsible when that happens, then I'm looking at this situation that Kanye's in and thinking that the same way, because it's going to be hard to convince me that he's mentally there. And again, I got people in the hood. I was telling some friends of mine in the hood the other day, like, yeah, I think Kanye is just, he's struggling with the mental health, and they're like, oh, it's not an excuse. But it is. It's not only an excuse. I think it's a reasonable defense. It will be a reasonable defense for murder. So it should be a reasonable defense for him saying he loves Nazis and loves Hitler, right? Yeah, he's got a problem. But let me know how you feel in the comment section. Let me know if you think, hey, I'm off the rock. I need to be on the meds because I'm saying this stuff. And when I say get on the meds and all that stuff, I'm not meaning that they should medicate him to the point where what I'm saying is that he should just get mental health treatment. That could be medication, that could be therapy. I don't know what it is, right? I am not a psychologist. I'm Nate the lawyer. And with that said, I'll see you next time. Peace.